Back in the days, in World of Tanks Blitz, there was +2, -2 matchmaking. Premium ammo would do the same amount of damage as regular ammo, and maps was still designed in such a way that you could drive for like 1 minute and meet nobody. Come join me in a little trip down memory lane. Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe, to the channel. I hope you're all still doing well in the social distancing and the staying at home, and I'm happy that you found a way to the channel. Be it a regular subscriber, be it a new one, maybe you've seen this video in the recommended section. And it is, as you can see, it's a trip down memory lane. It's Blitz Rewind time. This is me in the Chinook, the tier 5 Japanese medium tank. And we are on Black Goldville, and you might start thinking, if you're new to the game or have just downloaded it, is this Black Goldville? I do recognize the desert terrain, I do recognize the factory in the back, the rural area at the back. But what's with these caves? What's happened? Well, this is the old Black Goldville. This was pre-patch 3.3, I think. It wasn't in 2, it wasn't in something like 3.3, I think. They changed Black Goldville, they made it a bit flatter, because this area is where everybody would go towards the caves. You will want to have the caves, because then you have kind of control of the upper part of the map. And in my staying at home thingies, my activities, I went cleaning the attic, trying to get rid of some old bits that were not useful anymore, but like clothing and you know, just useless stuff. And I also found a very old laptop, a really old one. It had a sticker on the front stating Windows Vista. It didn't even have Windows 7, it had Windows Vista. But on the laptop, which I did manage to fire up, I put the electric cord into the socket, and then I was able to use it for 10 minutes or so, because the battery was completely dead. And then I fired it up again, just kept the plug in the socket. And I decided to take a look and see what was on it, and there was a lot of footage from World of Tanks Blitz. And as you can see, this is old stuff. This is all alive. The premium ammo would still do the same amount of damage. As you can see, the icons are different. It's still 7 versus 7, obviously. There is a T49 killing a Anko, but we know now the T49 now as the T67. Because US light tanks weren't even in the game, not the Bulldog, not the T49. That's a T49, which is now a T67. But as you can see, the games are much more slow-paced, much more leisurely paced. And I'm gonna go here towards the bunkers area during an ice event, inter-clan event. And yes, this is Rockfield, a postage stamp-sized map. And this is me driving the Shinobi, the Chinook, when you could still buy it for money, and with some premium days at a good price, and not in crates. And you would want to go towards the bunkers. This is actually the second iteration of Rockfield, when before it had a lot more bushes around here. And this is the spot where you would want to go on Rockfield. You do not go towards the cap area right there in the middle. You would not go there. Why wouldn't you go there? Because you would be completely exposed. Everybody would start shooting down on you. And the game has changed a lot, and I'll just leave it up to you to tell if it's for the better or not. I mean, the rockets, everybody will probably have their opinion on that, and will probably say that it's bad for the game, and I kind of agree. I think some of the changes are better, some of the changes are quite bad, but what you can see is that the game has changed a lot. I have my consumables still, but I'm not going to use it just yet. I missed a shot on the SU-85B, because back in the days, your consumables, you really had to put them to good use and not waste them, because if you use them, then they would be gone. There weren't timers on the consumables back then. I think maybe on the repair packs, but not so much on the on the adrenaline, for example, and I'm missing shots on the Crusader, I think. I'm not even sure what's happening. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, there we go. There we go. Kill the Crusader. That's good. That's good. And I'm gonna get killed with a KV-1 because I'm a Muppet. And we're gonna get focused a little bit because this is the ice event. You can see there's no blocked damage counter in there. There's no ribbons, etc. Because I'm recording this. I was recording this while I was playing live. There were no replays back in the days. There were no camouflages on most of the tanks, except for tanks like the Shinobi. You didn't have clan tags in back in the days because clans weren't even there. Although they were while I was recording this video, but you can see what was happening, and I also included the loading screen of this video because this was a thing as well. +2, -2 matchmaking on the old Fort Despair. Can you imagine that? Just look at that. IS-3 Defender in platoon with an RU-251, and here I am in my Tier 6 Churchill 7. Oh, sometimes I'm thinking. The change in the matchmaking, that was a good one, I think, because you could have those IS-6 platoons just ruffle stomping the flank. What were you gonna do in your Easy 8, in your M4 A3 Easy 8, against a platoon of IS-6s? Just literally nothing. You're going to see that in the end of the video as I roll eloquently forward in my Churchill 7. It's just the IS-3 Defender was really strong back then, and I had a tank which could sustain like 3 hits from my IS-3 Defender, so like 1 complete magazine, and I would have to dive into my APCR like really deep to even try and kill an IS-3 Defender. Thank you, I6. It was very helpful. The Panther M10 was still kind of good, I think. Maybe some not so much, but that matchmaking was a thing, and that was changed, and I think that really helped the game. But in another way, it didn't really help the game. Well, Martin, tell us more. Tell us more. Why are you saying such things? Well, I'm saying such things because in a way it was helping the game. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm shooting the RU and I blocked the shot. But what also changed is that you would not be as patient, I think, when you were playing, because now you will face maximum of tier 7 in your 88 and also in your Churchill 7, and you would not face off against an IS-3 Defender or any other big guns at tier 8, and that makes it easy to just go forward and shoot as much as possible while I'm shooting this 88 up the ass, and then think, oh, I can switch to AP because that's cheaper. But just look at this. I can shoot him in the back and miss, and then we're going to dive into my APCR. And this was also a thing. APCR still did. There we go. Thank you. I set him on fire. That's good. But APCR still did full damage. So if you would shoot your premium ammo, you would really get bang for the buck. And thank you, IS6, for not taking that hit. For me, that would have been helpful. I can shoot him through the lower plate, but that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. I'm down. And there's the IS-3 Defender getting shot by Splash from an SU-152. But I kept this replay, and I've never used it. This is the first time I've shown this on the channel. This is also the premium garage, which is now the regular garage. But you take a look at that. April 29th. 4 years after recording, I'm finally showing this on the channel because I did top damage in my tier 6 heavy tank. And this map, this is Dead Rail, the old one. And Dead Rail was suffering from the hill in spawn syndrome, also known as castellitis, which means that you had really great sniper hills in spawn where everybody could just climb up. And then sit like over there. That's the hill, that's the hill. Tankers would just go there. It still has those hills, I know. And camping was a thing even back then. No problems whatsoever, no questions asked. But people camp these hills really bad. Like, really bad. You can see there's actually spawn 3 in the corners of the sniping hill. There's sniping hills now too. I know that, but When that rear was still like this, you could not go forward. You could not push across the middle line. Take a look at that PTA who's getting a beating out of it. But you can still use a lot of the ridges over here. You had far more cover, as you can see. Oh, no, don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. I'm just a little Indian Panzer. Oh, there's a pattern that was also a really good tank back then. PTA not so much, but this was the go-to spot. You could just dive down into this little depression and get all covered. And I was really reminiscing when I was watching these videos, bringing back fond memories. The tank has camouflage now, as you can see, the Indian Panzer. And just tell me what you think of the game as it currently is. Either if you're a new player or a veteran player, just let me know what you think of the game. And what you think of me showing these types of footage. Should I show more? Because let me tell you, I do have some more stuff. I will show you at least one more game, but I do have some more stuff. Oh, hello, Bossing. Thank you. 197. There we go. But you can also see that, look at the time. We're 2 minutes into the game, and only 2 tanks have died. 3 now, make it 3, but you can see that games have become a lot quicker. More quick-paced. A lot about raw DPM, and we're now starting to clean up because everybody's just driving around. But 9 out of 10 times in the games these days, by 4 minutes 30 seconds the game's done. The game has become a lot quicker. It has become much more about running, using DPM, quick games. It's a Game of Thrones, so you will, and not just a light version of World of Tanks PC. And as you can see, I have timers now on my adrenaline, on my cooldowns, on my boosters, because this was from June, I think, or July 2016. On boosters consumables, I have counters on their timers, and I can use them multiple times. It wasn't like that earlier. You can't think of it anymore. You can't imagine it, but it used to be like that. And I'm still, you can see, I can still drive into buildings and act like a noob. But I hope you've liked this little trip down memory lane. I sure had fun watching the videos and then picking 4 games to show you on the channel. And yeah, a little first class and a scout in the Indian Panzer. And this video, this was from June. See, June 2016, nearly 4 years ago. Oh, those were the days. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe. I'll catch you all on the next video. Cheers, happy tanking, bye bye.